The IOC have called the Brisbane bid irresistible. Why was that? Why is Brisbane the place to have the 2032 Olympics?
Well, I think it was the right time for Brisbane. We first came up with the concept of bidding for the Olympics in 2016 under the new norms that the IOC have, that they don't want to see cities building anything that they didn't need anyway. And we have many of our venues already. It really just segued very nicely in that we need the rail and transport corridors, we need the road transport corridors, we need the public transport, we need the bridge infrastructure, and we need some of those sporting stadiums of the few that we don't have. So I think they saw, along with our fantastic climate, that the time was right. We're a growing city, we're ready to become global, and that fits in with what they wanted to see for future cities as well. Part of the IOC's new focus that cities can do this at minimal cost. Cost neutral actually is the aim for the Olympic committees now, which is fantastic. We have got fantastic stadiums already throughout the southeast Queensland. We had the Commonwealth Games here just in 2018 at the Gold Coast, and they'll be well and truly built and stress tested before 2032 as well.
This has been touted as one of the most, if not the most sustainable Olympics ever. How is that being achieved?
We've been 100% carbon neutral since 2012, and we are very, very proud of our clean, green and sustainable credentials. And so we really just put that through and made that very clear to the IOC, where I can confidently say that we are working with the IOC to deliver what they want to see for Olympic cities into the future based on what we're planning to do here. So there's offsets, there's tree plantings. We have a bold vision of having 45% of our local government area under green cover. At the moment it's about 38%. We're working on that. And of course, just making sure that people in their everyday lives are also clean and green. We save our water. That is a rare and precious commodity in the southeast Queensland. Electricity is just definitely a focus as well. And the next stage of that is the public and active transport. And that's, I think the IOC saw that opportunity for people moving around the city with so many visitors in 10 years' time as well, being able to do that clean and green too.
What we're trying to do is work with customers to obviously reduce their paper on site and without having to travel to the locations to actually collaborate on these projects as they move the work forward. So working with teams to help with their own sustainable goals as they work within the Olympic projects, to help them accelerate switching from paper-based to digital reviews for these construction projects.
We know that Brisbane 2032 is going to use a lot of existing venues. That's part of what makes it so sustainable. But there are lots of infrastructure projects and other kind of upgrades going on over the city over the next 11 years. And these are extraordinarily complex schemes with all kinds of different companies, all different parts of the supply chain, all coming together. How is Bluebeam helping kind of connect those people and make the process easier?
Yeah, so we've been working with a lot of project teams who would traditionally use a very paper-driven workflow on these construction projects, and some of our large customers, and obviously on projects such as Cross River Rail, where they're taking a paper-based workflow and also a digital one in tandem, with the hopes of delivering a totally digital workflow by the end of the project moving forward. So that's what we're seeing across various projects, utilizing the design review process within Bluebeam to help them make sustainable decisions on site.
You do a lot of work with the Australia construction industry. You kind of know this sector inside out. How do you think the Olympic Games and the work around it is going to change that industry over the next 11 years?
I think what we'll start to see within the industry is that people will start to work smarter, faster, and obviously start making decisions based on the data that they can use within software programs, working collaboratively across global teams, so that not only are they working within the Australian market, but they're working with global stakeholders on these projects to move the work forward.
When that day comes, the opening ceremony in 2032, what do you hope Brisbane will have become? What do you hope the world will see?
We've had a vision in Brisbane for the last 10 years to get the rest of the world to know us and discover us, because we've often said that if you don't know where Brisbane is, you won't visit it. If you don't visit it, you won't invest in it. And we know on the night that we won the bid, there was 15,000% increase on Google searches on Brisbane. So what that shows us is that many people didn't know where we were. We're hoping when the opening ceremony begins, and there's 4.5 billion people in the world looking at Brisbane, if they don't already know where we are and haven't been here, they're looking to say, hey, that is a city we want to visit, because we want to welcome them here. We want to drive our prosperity into the future off the back of this, and we will be doing that roadmap over the next 10 years to make sure we take every opportunity for that as well.